how did you envision your intimate connection evolving over time? And what role do you think it plays in sustaining a healthy long-term relationship?
Initially, before I got married, I used to think that, when you get married, you have lots of sex and it would be enjoyable and it would get better as the years go by. Fast forward to then being married on the wedding night, we found out that sex was really painful. Well, for me, right?
By the way, I think they have a video talking about this. So if you guys are interested, we'll have it linked.
Lots of videos.
What are we going to talk about today?
So today we're going to talk about sex. Let's talk about sex, baby.
Let's talk about you and me. We'll have it linked in the description box.
So we found out that sex, one, was very painful, and that two, I have a very low libido. Right. So I started taking oral contraceptives, and then I think that played a part with the low libido. Right. And after that, we found out that I have vaginismus. Right. So sex is super, 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 super painful. I think that's a video by itself, because I've done a lot of research, and a lot of women, they suffer from vaginismus, and it's something that's not spoken about because women, we feel kind of embarrassed about it because you cannot really explore your sex life as you want because of the pain that comes with it. So vaginismus is basically painful sex, right? So it can be pain on vaginal penetration, or pain when penetration occurs, right? So sometimes the pain is on the outside of the vagina, and then there's a pain as penetration occurs, right? So penetration is super, 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 super painful. Even when I was pregnant, when the doctor would put the speculum, she had to look for the smallest speculum, and even that was super painful, and he had to always be there so I can squeeze his hand and I would scream. So for us, we spoke to my OBGYN, and she offered therapy. So we're going to start therapy in a couple months. So in terms of evolving, I hope and I'm praying that whatever therapy she's going to offer us is going to be effective.
Thank you for sharing that, because I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people who go through that, but they don't have anybody to relate to.
Yeah. So there was this influencer. She's a YouTuber. She's a Nigerian. She's a Christian, and she was sharing her experience as well. And that video got almost 1 million views, and a lot of Christian women from her community, her YouTube community, they were commenting and saying, I struggle with this too, and I've never spoken to anybody about it. So it's something that's common. And also, one of the other things is that vaginismus can be a psychological based problem. So you are going into sex thinking that yes, it's going to be painful, and you're anticipating that pain. So then your vagina is already spasming or closing off. And one thing that I have realized is that because of how the Christian community have painted sex and being pure, and painted sex as being bad, right? So you go into your marriage still with this preconceived notion that sex is bad. Growing up, I want to be a virgin. I want to get married a virgin because sex is bad.
You guys did mention a while ago, we don't speak about sex enough.
Yeah.
Just tell kids sex is bad. But sex is not bad. Sex is not bad. Sex has a context for sex.
Yeah.
And when churches can teach people how to deal with the sexual desires and how to maneuver and stay pure, it's better for them when it comes to time for sex and marriage. Because a lot of people, they say, God, take away my sexual desires. They pray.
And that's what I prayed. I prayed that for years.
They have no sexual desire.
And I think that's what happened to me. God literally took it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a
Difficult.
topic.
It is.
People feel like you have to say no to sex, but they feel like sex is such an evil thing.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
You can't even talk about it in church. If you have urges, it's wrong. You're going to hell. So people end up developing, a lot of women and men too. But I've heard a lot of women say that their view on sex when they got married, they still have to have sex with the lights off. And some of it is true with the way that they see themselves, self-image, but a lot of it is also to do with the fact that the perception of themselves having sex is still sitting in your eyes. So, just actually, I guess when I got married, I assumed that sex would have been like every day, you know, that was my expectation moving into a marriage, intimacy, and this and that. I'm like, yeah, be legal in the eyes of the church, legal in the eyes of the Lord. Yes. Reality sets in, and then realize that first things first, sex is not just a physical act, right? It's a spiritual, emotional. There's a lot of things that goes into our sex. It's not just stick it in. A joke was given, what goes in, iron dry and then soften away.
Oh my gosh.
Chewing gum, it'll be chewing gum. But that's what a lot of people think sex is. But sex is more than just that. It's like the Bible says, the two shall become one. And I remember pastors explaining that sex was designed so that the two become one, but it doesn't happen right away. It's a continuous process as time goes by. It may take you 30 or 40, 50 years to become one, but every time sex brings you closer. It's not just we have sex now. But I still believe in soul ties and everything. But so moving and what I've come to realize is intimacy and sex has evolved for us in terms of understanding that sex is not just penetration. There's a lot more to it, and especially when she may get pregnant and her having the vaginismus and being pregnant, not being the at all. I was hoping that when she got pregnant, everything would have been fine. Then I was praying,
Maybe the second one.
maybe. I was saying, God, let's have a vaginal delivery so the vaginal stretch out. Like that was my prayer, and then it just so happened that it's what intimacy has taught me in this chapter about is patience. You have to allow both people have to be comfortable because I have.
And can I just, sorry to interrupt you, say something there? I think that is so important because I feel like churches teach men that marriage is the answer, and that is far from the truth. That sometimes you can't be in a marriage and have difficulties with sexual intimacy, and it will not solve the porn addiction. It will not solve those problems because the answer is not marriage. You know, the answer to your sexual desires is not for it to go away, mysteriously go away, or to just get married. Like, it's not the thing, and I think that's very important. That
superficial.
It is a very superficial answer.
One of the most beautiful things to me is like I know that she may not have the virgins, but she will be in the mood. But sometimes she'll be like, just take it. And then
Because I feel bad that you're not getting it at all.
that's not sex. That's just taking advantage of it. It's not sex. Sex is not just penetration. The person has to be in the right setting, the right frame of mind, the right frame of body. It's not just penetration. And like you said, when men then begin to understand and change the dynamic, when you become more patient with your partner and you see your partner as a whole instead of just a whole, it makes it
Oh my gosh.
it makes life so enjoyable.
I agree.
And I'm thankful for that because we do have sex, but he just has to be very, very, very patient with me, like very gentle. And I have to just keep telling myself, relax, relax, relax. And he's been super patient, and I'm really thankful for that.